Act 4, behind the scenes number 1, past forms. In the previous acts, you have learned how to express your thoughts in the non-past. These are non-past examples. For verb, kaimasu, kaimasu. I will buy or I do buy. That's kaimasu. Kawanai desu. I won't buy, I don't buy. Or more formal, kaimasen, kaimasen. I won't buy, I don't buy. An adjective, takai desu. It will be expensive or it is expensive. Negative, takaku nai desu. It isn't expensive or it won't be expensive. Or its more formal equivalent, takaku arimasen. Takaku nai desu. Less formal, takaku arimasen. More formal. Noun desu examples. Daigaku desu. It's a university. Daigaku janai desu. Or Daigaku ja arimasen. It isn't a university. Those negative examples again. Daigaku janai desu. Daigaku ja arimasen. All of these core sentences have a past form in both affirmative and negative, formal and informal. All of these come up in this scene 4-1. For verbs, to change a non-past affirmative verb, non-past affirmative verb, into the past affirmative, change masu to mashita. Recall wakarimashita. Got it, from Act 2. Since there are two alternative non-past negatives for a verb, kawanai desu and kaimasen, there are two corresponding past negatives. To form the past negative, change nai desu to nakata desu, or masen to masen deshita. For example, kaimashita, I bought it. Negative examples, kawanakata desu, kawanakata desu, kawanakata desu, kawanakata desu, I didn't buy it. More formal, kaimasen deshita, kaimasen deshita, I didn't buy it. Going over those again, affirmative, kaimashita. We're changing kaimasu to kaimashita. Negative examples, kawanakata desu, kawanakata desu, kaimasen deshita, kaimasen deshita, I didn't buy it. Note that both kawanai desu and kawanakata desu forms can be made informal by dropping desu. Can be made even more informal. For your adjectives, to make a non-past adjective past, change ides to kata desu. Since there are two alternative non-past negatives for an adjective, for example, takaku nai desu and takaku arimasen, there are two corresponding past negatives. To form the past negative, change nai desu to nakata desu, or masen to masen deshita. For example, takakata desu, it was expensive. It was expensive. Takakata desu, it was expensive. Another example, takaku nakata desu, it wasn't expensive. Takaku arimasen deshita, more formal, it wasn't expensive. Going over those examples again, takakata desu, takakata desu, takakata desu, it was expensive. Takaku nakata desu, It wasn't expensive. Takaku arimasen deshita. It wasn't expensive. As with the affirmative forms, past forms of the adjective can be made informal by dropping des. Noun des, or as we call it, noun plus des. To make a non-past noun des past, change des to deshita. Fairly straightforward. Since there are two alternative non-past negatives for a noun plus des combination, for example, daigaku janai desu and daigaku ja aremasen, there are two corresponding past negatives. Who would have thought? Daigaku janai desu changes just as an adjective would for the past, dropping I and adding kata. Daigaku ja nakata desu. Daigaku ja arimasen, the more formal version, changes just as any verb would, add deshita to the negative form. Daigaku ja arimasen deshita. Going over those examples again. Daigaku deshita. It was a university. Daigaku ja nakata desu. It wasn't a university. Daigaku ja arimasen deshita. It wasn't a university. Once more. Daigaku deshita. Going from daigaku desu to daigaku deshita. It was a university. Daigaku ja nakata desu. It wasn't a university. Daigaku ja nakata desu. It wasn't a university. And the more formal version, Daigaku ja arimasen deshita. Daigaku ja arimasen deshita. You have now seen a number of informal equivalents of the core sentences. Here is a table to remind you of what has come up so far. You will learn the missing forms later. So we got verb examples, adjective examples, noun examples. Let's read through those. Tsukurimasu. I will make it. Tsukurimashita. I made it. So we went mas to mashita. More formal. Tsukurimasen deshita. I didn't make it. And we're going to use the word for early. Hayai desu. Hayakata desu. So it's early, or it was early. Negatives. Hayaku nakata desu. It wasn't early. More formal. Hayaku arimasen deshita. It wasn't early. Hayai desu. It's early. Hayakata desu. It was early. Hayaku nakata desu. It wasn't early. Hayaku arimasen deshita. It wasn't early. So let's go over noun plus desu. Kyou desu. It's today. Kyou deshita. It was today. Kyou ja nakata desu. It wasn't today. Kyou ja arimasen deshita. It wasn't today.